guys, what's up? It's Joe Rady from Rady's Rides. We are still here at this special location in Motor City, and if you are just like me, and I know that you are, you like gobs of horsepower and luxury, well, guess what? We have it here for you. This is it. This is your updated, changed up 2025 Cadillac Escalade-V. But before we get into this supercharged, super injected with luxury and sport SUV, let's talk about what's going on here. The V Series family, it's interesting how it got its early beginnings and now it's across a lineup of vehicles that really are earth-shattering. The good news is that if you were afraid that they were going to drop the V from their lineup for 2025, well, obviously you're wrong about that. The great news on top of that, the even better news is you're still going to have that LT4 hand-assembled right in Bowling Green, Kentucky at the GM Performance Center, LT4 supercharged V8, 682 horsepower. But that's really only the beginning of this craziness, because now for 2025, they've changed some of the style, they've changed some of the technology, but they're really still showing how they could blend everything together with the luxury and the performance. So let's go ahead, let's dive in to our Cadillac V, see what's different, and see why this is going to be the performance SUV that you want to buy. Let's go ahead and dive in. Now, at the front of the vehicle, you'll notice the different face. And one of the things that's going to change that face is we have new animation lighting effect that's going to happen when you approach the vehicle. So as you approach the vehicle, you'll notice the lighting comes in, a similar effect like the Cadillac Lyriq, and how this is going to give it a presence, even with the all-new signature lighting around the crest. And this is something that I think that with Cadillac's EVs, the Lyriq, the Celestiq, the upcoming Optic that we did, and the Escalade IQ, lighting effect really helps create a personality with an electrified vehicle, not only on the outside, but also on the inside. But it's nice to see them bringing that same lighting effect to this Cadillac Escalade-V with its good old-fashioned internal combustion engine. Now, at the front of the business, like we were talking about with the lighting, you're going to have that reshaped housing. You'll notice that on the Escalade-V, we have the darker gloss black accents with those nice cut edges to give it the extra style. We come across the front grille, and if you know your V history, you would know that with the V Series, you get the V Series grille. Love the gloss black. How they did, you'll notice, just like on the Blackwings, how they did the etches in there. That actually helps drag more cool air in through the opening, plus it gives it a nice styling effect. That Cadillac badge, I mean, so much history. I don't know if you're aware, but there was even a Cadillac, actually two, that raced at Le Mans back in the 1950s. One of them was called Le Monster because it was this just sheer size, but with that performance that Cadillac is known for. And guess what? Cadillac is there today at Le Mans, racing in the 24-hour race with the new hypercar class. And what's great about that class is that it's taking performance, but it's also taking internal combustion engine and blending it with electrification. Working our way down, love the way they have these lower notches, really, really nice and functional. And then coming across the bottom portion, like I said, just a very aggressive, but not too over the top. I think that's the thing you have to remember. This is not a Blackwing. So Cadillac had to be careful with going too over the top and making it too aggressive. But I think when you see this coming down the road, that lower portion here really makes it stand out, where you're like, whoa, what is that in my rearview mirror? And then you look up and you're like, oh, I better move over. That's the Escalade-V. Now, as we rise up, same story. You got that same great hood. Love the way they do a soft bend to meet that gloss black area up top with our V Series grille. And then as we come around the bend, before we talk about it, the wheel and tire setup like I said, hand assembled. You pop the hood on this Escalade-V, you see the person's signature, that hand assembled, that LT4 supercharged V8, like I said, 682 horsepower, that MagnaRide 4.0 suspension that's been fine-tuned, where when you're driving down the road, the MagnaRide suspension reads the road like a blind person reads Braille. It actually adjusts every nanosecond the compression and rebound dampening of those shock absorbers to give you not only a competent ride, but also a Cadillac comfortable ride as well. There is that saying, it rides like a Cadillac. I mean, that was something that Cadillac really held near and dear to their heart, and it shows in the Escalade lineup. Now, on the corner, before we get to the wheels and tires, love the way they did the wraparound with the lighting. Signature lighting on Cadillacs has always been a standout to me. And then we have all new wheels in a new color. I love this dark multi-spoke wheel, that color with the laser etching in each of these spokes. You could see those massive Brembo calipers, 6-piston calipers with the V-Series badge there. That's going to give us our ultimate braking capability. And the fact that with this all-wheel drive system, four-wheel drive system, you could send the power. The power is at the rear because this is a rear-wheel drive-based vehicle, but also have power going down to the front to really claw the tarmac underneath you. But let me know what you think about the wheel and tire setup on here. I really think that they got it right with the color, the multi-spoke, and the way that we have the red body color with the red calipers just really check off all those boxes. Now, coming down the side of the vehicle, color matched on your mirror caps, you're going to get your 360-degree cameras. Gotta have the V-Series badge. So many different racing series. You look at IMSA, you look at SCCA Pro Sports Car. So many wins, so many championships that really makes Cadillac, it's not just one of those brands where they're pretenders or it's all show and no go. They bring the show and they bring the go as well. Now, coming down the side, we're still gonna get those dropping running boards. The nice thing is that you're gonna get new lighting. Instead of having individual lighting, it's all diffused along the bottom. That gloss black trim just gives it a nice little extra touch of style. And then as we work our way towards the rear, this is the biggest change, is gonna be, you look at the lighting. That, like I said, just like up front, taking that LED lighting, bringing the evolution of the lighting into that rear of the vehicle. And then if you notice, if you watch my review of the white Escalade that we did, and if you haven't, I'll leave it at the end of this one, instead of having all those aluminum accents all over the place, you'll notice for 2025, we have the gloss black in the center here under the crest. And then working our way down, you'll see we still have that GM Performance active exhaust. You can keep it quiet and keep the peace with your neighbors, or you could open it up and piss everybody off. But one thing is for sure, they're gonna know it's an Escalade-V because the bark out of this exhaust sounds pretty stupendous, and I just really think that it was smart to keep the style, keep the black color on the tips, and the trim in the lower bumper area with that simulated rear diffuser. And remember, you could still tow with this vehicle. But why don't we go ahead, let me show you some of the brief touches of this pre-production Escalade-V we have to show you how it's separating itself from the rest of the pack. All right, guys, we're inside this Escalade-V, updated, upgraded for 2025. I know you want to know the price. Pricing isn't available yet, but expect these to be available soon at your dealership. But we're talking about, is this the best performance luxury SUV? Let's see what they're bringing for 2025. To the door panels, you'll notice that new style of real carbon fiber. Carbon fiber up top on the door panel, that sleek aluminum trim. Working your way down, you have nice white contrast stitching and a door pocket that's large enough easily for your Detroit Hoagie sub. And we have our AKG premium sound system. So you have 19 speakers standard and then over 30 speakers with the optional setup. Going from the door panel to the dash, the new 55 inches of screen. If you notice on the AKG speaker grille covers, it's got a nice dark aluminum finish to it. All of that carbon fiber. I mean, somebody poured like a bucket of carbon fiber in here. You have your secondary screen for your AC controls and opening up the doors. of course, wireless charging, your 2 cup holders, the leather, the stitching, the piping, and then guess what? You pull this up, you do have your cool box. So you could easily put a box of Twinkies in here and keep them nice and chilled, USB-C and a USB-A. And then on the Escalade-V, you're getting these dark jet black leather seats. Love the speaker system in the headrest, all of the perforations, the stitching, full electric assist for the passenger, full electric assist for the driver. Of course, that Alcantara material, and then that massive panoramic glass roof. But why don't you come to the business end? I want to show you behind the new wheel in this 2025 Escalade-V. All right, guys, business time, behind the wheel, having 682 horsepower underneath your right foot. Of course, to welcome you, you have that aluminum sill plate with the Escalade name, all illuminated LED. You have your full seat controls, really get this seat to fit your body, and then you have 2 memory seat settings. I'm 6 feet tall, and just like the previous model year, still plenty of room, but there's something really nicely done with this center console area that just makes it feel a little bit more spacious in here. The steering wheel, the leather, of course you have Super Cruise, all new steering wheel, all new horn button, and the badging, the V-Series badge. Love the stitching, and what they did for 2025 is they moved the V button to the steering wheel instead of the steering column. Instead of the center console. You do have an electric tilting and telescoping steering wheel. There's another V-Series badge, and you do have your shifter, your column shifter for your 10-speed automatic, and all the fine laser etching within the steering wheel itself. But why don't we go ahead, we're going to show the mid-row and then wrap it up in this Escalade-V. All right, guys, mid-row time. Now, what's great about the Escalade-V is you can get the optional executive package in the Escalade-V, but in this particular one, you do have your captain's chairs with that same soft leather, the stitching, all the perforations. You have your captain's chair armrest that has a beefy armrest, perfect for a human arm. You have your touch screens on the back, nicely done on the headrest. Your command center, open this up, your 2 cup holders, of course. Let me do it again for Steven, I'm going. And then down below, you have your USB-Cs, your HDMI, and of course, your home power source. These seats, I'm telling you, the new style and the quality, comfortable. Of course, they slide and they recline. And you have your rear third row as well. But we're being told our time is up here, and I need to wrap this up. So let's get to it in this Escalade. All right, guys, another great day here within Motor City. Definitely want to thank the whole Cadillac team for not only allowing us to capture one revised 2025 Cadillac Escalade, but also bring you the details on this Escalade-V. Let me know what you think. Are you ready to finally make that move and get yourself into an Escalade-V, especially with all the changes on the outside and the inside, especially the inside that they're bringing for model year 2025? Let me know down in that comment section. But if you're new to the channel, you're on your way out, hit that subscribe button. I promise you it's worthwhile. Come back for more. If you are a subscriber, thank you for being part of the Raised Rides family. We got to thank Stephen Flood working that camera like a champ in all crazy conditions today. And just like always, guys, I'll see you on the next ride.